Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in. This is going to be a reading for Capricorn, Sun, Moon, and Rising for the beginning of February 2020. So let's get into this. So I do have to tell you guys, this reading may not resonate with you. I hope it does, and I hope it finds you guidance. But if it doesn't, then I guess someone else needed to hear it, and I do apologize. Let's get into this. What's going on with you, Capricorn? Hope you're doing okay. You know, it's been a pretty crazy month. So, you have Temperance and the Nine of Swords. Ooh. You can already tell you're feeling a little impatient. Hold on. Ooh. At the bottom of the deck was the Lovers. Ooh. Feeling pretty hurt about something? Okay, so your bottom line is the Lovers. I feel like there was a connection that you had that you really are focused on. Or there could be new love coming in, but there is a really, really strong connection in that is highlighting this reading. Of course, this is probably a love reading. But honestly, I don't think this is just gonna be like another thing. I think this is one of those really, really special, doesn't happen super regularly kind of thing. This is one of those people you'll never forget for the rest of your life. A lot of people would call it a soulmate connection or twin flame. But wow. Yeah, that's a heavy like feeling of love. Not in a bad way, just, you know, it's that love that everyone wants. And honestly, I feel like this is someone from the past looking at the center of the reading. So the center of the reading, you have Temperance and the Nine of Swords. So balance and patience with a sense of separation and heartbreak mixed with sleepless nights, and you are really thinking about this connection really hard, or it could be the person you're thinking of that's feeling this way. Whatever's happened, I feel like you or the other person can't get this off your mind. But what I'm catching from this is that you have to be patient with this. You know, you don't heal overnight from a connection like this. And on one side of the reading, you have the Five of Swords and the Six of Swords. So I can already see a progression right here. You really don't know how to move on from this feeling. Or maybe it's the person that you're dealing with. Again, someone doesn't know how to move on from this, but there's a lot of healing involved. Just, I don't feel like it's very conscious. I feel like through this discomfort and through this discomfort would be putting it lightly, wouldn't it? Um, but through this sense of loss, and this, lost feeling of where do I go from here? Um, you are really healing from it just by acknowledging it and processing it. And I feel like you are finding peace in it. Um, on the other side of the reading is the Queen of Cups and the Hermit. Um, so I feel like someone in this connection is really, really, really taking a deep look into their emotions. They're realizing how they felt. Again, could be you, could be the other person. I do like to do my readings as in the center of the deck being, or the center of the reading being, more of like an overall concept, and then, on one side you have one story, on the other side you have another, just two sides to every story. But on this side, you have the Queen of Cups and the Hermit. I do love thinking about this card. This is a really, really cool card. I like that card. It's talking about a lot of deep reflection to acknowledge a lot of the feelings that were there. I feel like this is probably the other person who didn't really take a good look at the connection for what it was. I feel like they're now starting to realize how they felt through processing this. So let's clarify this. Let's clarify the Lovers. What's up with these Lovers? The Five of Discs, the Hierophant, and Strength. Yeah, hold on. I feel like, so for your clarification, you have the Five of Discs, Hierophant, and Strength. So I feel like whatever happened in the past, someone's walking away from it. And this doesn't necessarily mean it's done. For some people, I'm catching maybe it's not, especially with the Hierophant here. For others, it could be that it is done. Free will trump this, of course. But I feel like there was a lot of just crap. It was too much. It was chaotic. It wasn't easy to deal with. I feel like all of that is just being dropped. And I feel like there is a higher calling. So I feel like you're taking a step back and realizing that this wasn't the greatest thing. And I feel like it's taken you a lot of strength to realize there is there is more meaning. I wouldn't call it meaning. I feel like you're getting in tune with your higher self. It's helping you find a lot of peace, and it's helping you sort through a lot of the clutter that has been in your life from this situation with lovers. So let's clarify Temperance and the Nine of Swords. So Temperance and the Nine of Swords. Balance and patience mixed with heartbreak and strife. So you have the Page of Swords, the Nine of Discs, and the Two of Discs. So I feel like this has been really conflicting with you. This has been a real weight on your mind, of course. You have the Two of Cups, or the Two of Discs, the Nine of Discs, and the Page of Swords. So I feel like with these two energies right here, no, wait, these two energies, thanks for your patience. But I feel like whatever's been dwelling, there's something that's been on your mind for quite some time. I don't think this is something that's been really recent. I feel like you've been trying to sort through things, and I feel like you just can't stop thinking about it. You know, the good, the bad, and the ugly. And I feel like through all of that processing, through the heartbreak, it has really helped you out with taking a step back and cutting things out, you know, and sorting through everything and seeing what the connection actually was. You know, it might not have been healthy, and there's probably a lot of things that could have been worked on. It could just be something that, you know, you're better off not touching. You know best. But I feel like through you thinking about this, you really are processing it and kind of seeing some clarity, because you are coming at this logically. You know, especially with how many swords are on this table or in this reading. You are really taking a logical approach to this. So let's clarify the Five of Swords and the Six of Swords. I feel like there is a transition into your healing with this one. And I think a lot of it has to do with mentality, or you could be dealing with an air sign, Libra, Aquarius, and Gemini. So you have the Tower, the Four of Cups, and the Eight of Cups. So again, you could also be dealing with a water sign, maybe. I feel like you're mentally processing a lot of this, but it has a lot to do with emotions, of course. There was a catastrophic end that I don't feel like you fully see what went wrong. I feel like you dwelling on it because I feel like things were really, really good. And all of a sudden, out of the blue, it's just like, what happened? Just bam, you know, like lightning bolt. And then you also feeling of being lost and not knowing what's going on, not really taking a look to see what was going on around you. You know, I feel like there were some things you didn't want to acknowledge in the relationship, and that led up to this catastrophic ending for what it was. And I feel like as you've been processing it, you've been dealing, or you've been focusing on this loss rather than what else you have in your life. Because you have a lot of good things going on for you. This is what I'm getting from this. But I feel like you're realizing, you know, you have to take a step forward. For what the past was, it doesn't serve you now. All it's going to be is painful. Painful depression and anger, and, you know, it's okay to feel that. It's not okay to stay in that. If you stay in that, it's just because you're refusing to process it. Sometimes it takes, you know, taking a deep look at things to, you know, really learn that lesson of whatever, you know. I'm sorry, Capricorn. I really feel for you. So let's clarify this Queen of Cups and the Hermit. You have the Two of Swords, the Death card, Temperance. So, I feel like whoever this Queen of Cups is, could be you, or it could be the person that you're thinking of. There's a lot of soul searching going on. And through this soul searching, excuse me, I'm sorry. Through this soul searching, you or they are realizing that there were some behaviors that really just, there's something that needed to end. And I feel like it's really difficult to see whether it's just the whole thing or whether it's working on yourself. Because I feel like whoever this is, they want the connection to work out. You know, but I think there needs to be some type of transformation before anything can progress with this. And it's going to take patience to find that balance. So, let's see how your love interest feels about you. Oh, that's beautiful. So, what you have is the Six of Cups, the Hierophant, and the Four of Discs. So, I feel like the person that you're dealing with, Oh wow, I just realized. Um, I wish I could show you this, but on mirrored images of the reading, there's the Tower and Death. So I feel like you two are going through a transformation, and I feel like this connection kind of triggered it. That's really cool. That is actually really cool. But back to these three, how they feel about you. Um, so you have the Six of Cups, the Hierophant, and the Four of Pentacles. I feel like this person, it can't let go of the thought of this connection. I feel like this connection was a lot deeper than, they really acknowledged, and there's a lot to do with the past. Maybe, this could be someone that you've been dealing with for a long time. Maybe you guys came from the same hometown, similar cultures or background, but I feel like there's a really strong home feeling, like homey feeling. That's really nurturing and healing. And it's because it wasn't just another shallow connection. This was a really, really deep, deep attraction. Let's clarify. Six of Cups, the Hierophant, and the Four of Pentacles. Ooh. So, to clarify, you have the Sun, the Emperor, and the Lovers repeated. So, I feel like they're realizing this, and as they're realizing this as they heal. Because, again, they do really see you as something they really can't let go. So the Lovers is actually clarifying the Four of Pentacles specifically. So they're really, really realizing that they can't find another you. It's not easy to replace you. And as they're doing that, they're stepping into this Emperor mode of like, I'm starting to get my emotions under control. And because the Emperor is clarifying the Hierophant. I feel like they're reaching a higher self that's helping them get into this Emperor mode. And they are realizing I feel like the more they realize this, the more they want you home. So, I'm gonna see how you feel about them. I'm actually kind of curious. How does Capricorn feel about their love interest? Because you guys both really, really feel really strongly about each other, but you guys are kind of really, really hurt. the Two of Cups, the Eight of Wands, and the Ace of Wands. Tower again. I don't know why I just drew another 2 cards, but I guess, I was supposed to. There's nothing really wrong with it. So, the first 3 cards, the Lovers, the Eight of Wands, and the Ace of Wands. So, you still love them. You still love them. And I feel like you want to rush into this new passionate beginning, as you're reflecting on your own pain, as you're healing. And I feel like you're grounding your feelings, this drive towards this connection because of this breakup or catastrophic ending of some kind. But the King of Wands is a really passionate guy. It doesn't really need to be a guy, but yeah. He's a really, really passionate guy, but he's very in tune with the reality around, what he's driven to do. So he sees how to get to that point, if you catch my drift. So I feel like, yeah, you've really been working on this, and you're really starting to see what you want, and now you want to just go for it. So let's clarify all of this. You have the Seven of Rods, the Knight of Rods, and the Hierophant. Yep. You're not letting anything hold you back. Nothing. You want this. You're gonna go for it. Why not? Capricorn, you are headstrong and you are driven. And I'm not just saying that because I had these cards pulled up, but I'm not surprised they did. And then you also have the High Priestess, and I feel like you need to follow your intuition on this one. Don't try pushing things too hard. You know them. Just let it flow. Because the more you just let it be, the better off the situation is going to be. So I'm going to conclude this reading with any advice the universe might have for you. So, let's see. What advice does the universe have for Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, with this situation? Two of Swords, the Ace of Swords, and the Eight of Cups. Hold on. I feel like everything that you've been holding on to with this, I feel like all the pain that you've been holding on to with this connection, I feel like you need to walk away from it. And I feel like you're working on that. I know it's easier said than done. But, this is advice. Take it or leave it. I do apologize if at any point I have been insulting. But I feel like once you can move past the pain, there's going to be some type of thing said. It's going to spark a new beginning. And it's okay if you don't know what to do. It's okay. Two of Swords, One of Swords, Eight of Cups. Yeah, once you have this I'm gonna do one more thing. Let's see your near future, because I'm curious why you got this advice. What's in your near future? Because I feel like it's okay that you don't know what to choose. But I feel like once you can get past this pain, there's gonna be something new walking in. Oh, your card popped up. Oh, I love your card. Your card is my favorite out of this deck. Oh, I love this card. Because this card is more about nature and the nature of things. An untamed energy. But it is technically the devil card in most decks. It's a really, really cool card. So, near future. I feel like when you feel like everything is put together and you've got things under control, you've processed everything, at least because every experience has a lesson. After you've found peace in this and been able to just accept it, and take back control in your life, you're gonna see what you have and everything's just gonna fall into place. Everything's just gonna come naturally. And so I think that's why the advice here is just, as much as the Two of Swords is usually like a blind decision and putting up a guard, I feel like you are going to be guarded. Or I feel like it's okay to be guarded, with what new beginning is probably going to come through. But that's okay. It's okay. But I just want to clarify these three cards. This is kind of funny. The Emperor, the Nine of Pentacles, and the Horned One. Yeah, things are coming around. Things are coming around, and you are going to see greener pastures. Things are getting better. So, just let go. Let go of all the pain, all the resentment, everything that's holding you back. You're going to. Once you let go, you're really going to see how amazing life is. And things are going to come around. I feel like you're going to get everything you want. That's awesome. I'm really happy for you, Capricorn. I hope you get to that point. I really wish nothing but amazing things for you. But thank you. If you liked the video, please give me a heads up on, how you felt about it. Good, bad, or indifferent even. Um, and if this resonated with you, also give me a heads up. I would love to hear about how, um, things are going with you. And if you want to keep hearing about or keep hearing these readings, like, subscribe, and share. Thanks. Have a good one.